Merry Christmas!
You are what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for.
Welcome to day 3 of our 12 days of Christmas. Today's video is going to be sharing a pillow treat box. The supplies needed are 1 6x6 pattern paper, a scoreboard, a scoring tool, scissors, adhesive, a circle or an oval for tracing, and a small circle punch. The template I'm using today comes from the 12 Days of Christmas template book, which you'll find listed in the description box down below if you're interested in that. There are 12 templates with coordinating YouTube videos over the course of December. So let's get into today's project for day 3. The paper I'm using for today's project comes from the Gnome for Christmas 6x6 paper pack from Echo Park. And I'm just flipping through looking for a pattern that I might like. And I've selected this beautiful point setup pattern. And I like that they're double-sided because then both the outside and the inside of my little box will be decorated. So I'm going to take this to my trimmer and trim off that little excess there so that my pattern is exactly 6x6 inches. And then I'm going to pull in my template and my scoreboard. Alright, so if the orientation of your paper matters, I like to keep my pattern upright in this situation. This pattern doesn't matter for today, so we're going to make 2 scores here. We're going to make the first score at 2 3/4 and the second one at 5.5 inches. And then I'll grab my bone folder and I'll crease all of those folds. So I score nice and gently. I don't want my paper to crack. And I make sure I fold away from my score mark. So I'll fold the paper and crease those folds. And then the next step, we're going to need a circle or an oval of some sort. It doesn't matter what it is. You can use a die, you can use a peanut butter jar, or whatever you want to do. And we're going to trace that sort of circular or oval shape as close as we can to the edge of the paper. So you'll see I'm just kind of rounding this here. So I'll grab my pencil, trace the edge of that. I've centered my die on the paper and right to the edge. So I'm going to do that to both sides. So one for the top and one for the bottom. And then I'm going to grab my scissors and trim away these little corners. So then we have a nice rounded edge. And it's symmetrical. That's key. They need to be the same shape and size on both sides of the paper. So when we open it up, this is what we've got. And now the next part we're going to do is use the same shape and line up the corners of the die to the paper. So I've centered the die on each little corner, and then I'm going to grab a score tool and score around the edge of that die. So I'm trying to keep my die as straight as possible, lining it up from one corner to the next. And basically what we've done here is created what looks like sort of like an eye shape. Okay, so and I want to do that to both the front and the back. So I'm going to do this 4 times. I'm going to flip it over and do it to the back side as well. All right, and then once we open it up, this is what we should have. We're going to trim away these little angled corners here, just making like a 45-degree angle. And now we're going to start working in those crease marks. Now take your time here. We want the paper to be trained to round into the shape of the score that we've put into it. Okay? So I'll work in each side one at a time, pressing in those score lines and pinching the corners. By creating the little eye shapes on either side of the paper and making sure that they match, it allows us to be able to create this shape in the bottom of the box where it will pop open and puff out. So it's important to make sure that both sides of the paper, the rounded score, as well as the rounded edge of the paper are symmetrical to make that eye shape. And then once everything is done, I'm going to apply adhesive to that little strip on the end. Just a little 1/2 inch strip there that we're going to apply adhesive. Then we'll fold it in and then fold the paper on top of itself nice and flat. I'll grab my bone folder and press that adhesive in. And then I'll grab my circle punch. This part is optional. You don't have to do this. You can use scissors too if you don't want to use a circle punch. And we'll just punch little notches in the ends of each side. Okay, and then now that we've already creased our folds, it should be simple and easy to close up those little flaps and round our piece of paper to create a little box. So now we have this cute little pillow box. I have these cute little Christmas mint candies, and I'm just going to dump a bunch into this box and fill it up as much as I can. You could put anything in here. You could put chocolates or candy canes or mints, whatever you want to put. So I'll fill it up, and then I'll fold in the tabs and pinch those little corners to make sure everything lines up nicely. And then there we go. Our beautiful little pillow box is complete. Super simple. Now you could step this up. You could add bows and ribbons and ephemera and all sorts of stuff. And you've got a cute, quick, and easy little gift. So there you have it. Day 3, a pillow treat box. Okay, that's going to be it for today's video. I will leave a link in the description box down below where you can purchase the 12 Days of Christmas template book. And this template book coordinates with 12 YouTube videos that share projects for the 12 Days of Christmas. Coming up on screen is a playlist for the 12 Days of Christmas. All of the videos that have been released so far will be in this playlist. Thanks again for joining me. Have yourself a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!